Welcome back to Severed Sons, everyone.
Welcome to you.
It's 2 in a row. 2 weeks in a row.
Can you believe it?
Shooting star.
We are a Frostmaiden actual play D&D podcast, and we are excited to bring you tales of the Frozen North and the everlasting Rime. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have...
Hey, it's Paul. Come in, take a seat.
Guys, thanks for listening. This is Ross.
It's Blake.
And I'm Josh.
I'm Zach. Hey, how's it going?
Da-da-da-da. We have a Patreon now.
You sure do.
Yes.
And we just launched it yesterday, and it is doing quite well. Thank you to everyone who has donated and subscribed. And we released episode 25 today as our first little early content bonus. And
by the time this airs, I guess it'll be old news. Hopefully we'll have twice the amount. But that's the goal.
Oh, yeah.
By the time this airs, fingers crossed.
Maybe some
Just
severed origin.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Coming up.
Yeah.
That's a big old
mystery. It's a mystery.
And if that doesn't
It's a
happen,
mystery.
Zach will show you his saggy curtain. He told me.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
not.
gonna post that up there.
I was going to say it's
he
not
fixed it before we took the
but
photo.
maybe it is.
I can sag the curtain for a photo later.
He's
Oh.
sagged it for less, if you know what I mean.
He doesn't mind sagging his curtain.
Anyway, is there anything else we need to talk about before we start?
The curtain some more, is that not?
That was the most important thing, I think.
Yeah, the curtain was the most important thing.
We're not going to give you
anyway,
context.
if everyone is ready, let's begin tonight's episode of Severed Sons, episode 29, The Invitation. Last time, you had descended down to the third level of the spire, where you found Dazan very much alive, along with his protector, the white Krintos. Trax, you were astonished to see that Dazan was a simulacrum made of ice and snow, and was a shadow of his former self. Dazan told you all he needed to return to his flesh and blood body was a spark of life from a being with a soul. Kai questioned Dazan about the presence of the Juggernaut in the Dale, but the simulacrum could only recall a few memories from his past. You told the Shade that you had his spellbook and would return it to him once he had regained his memories, and told you what he knew of the evil organization. Your goals aligned, you descended to the lowest level of the ruined spire, only to be attacked by 2 8-legged lizards called basilisks. As you fought them, the gaze of the magical creature turned Kai's body to stone, leaving only a statue behind. After dispatching them, Fang remembered that a stoned flesh potion could be made from the stomach of a basilisk, and Donar began cooking the potion. Dazan led you to a rune-covered chamber where you were told by an image of the spire's former owner to create your illusion and place it beneath the crystal disc. After debating on a way to test it, Trax, you decided to be the chamber's first subject. After a tense moment, Trax's illusion body became a kobold once again. Unsure of what the real Dazan would do after being restored, the simulacrum decided to wait until Kai had been healed. After Kai's restoration, you all entered the rune chamber for a second time. Trax, you activated it with a spark of your life force, but watched in horror as the eldritch energy transformed the simulacrum into a fleshy, tentacled monstrosity. After surviving the hard-fought battle, you climbed out of the spire. Waiting for you at the entrance was a familiar-looking Axbeak, who opened his mouth and spoke. My name is Ted Johnson, and I need your help.
No freaking way.
And he's just kind of sitting there pawing the ground. He looks a little worse for wear, like he was an old Axbeak to begin with.
Where did we
But-
leave you last?
I'm sorry, that's the first question you have?
Yeah, dude, I got so many more.
That's number one? I'm sorry, did I hit my head on our way out? Is something wrong with me? Because Ted Johnson is talking to us.
Yeah, Ted, what's going on, dude? How'd you get this ability to converse?
Well, apparently my owners said I was getting too old to work the farm,
Bud.
and so they sent me out into the wilderness
Oh,
to I guess, I don't know. And anyway, I met an old woman out there,
Oh no.
and she talked to me, and she did this thing with her staff and actually hit me over the head with it. And when I woke up, I could talk and I could think, and I remembered all of you. So I ran away from her. I managed to escape, but I need your help for something else. Like, I've left her far in the past, but I need your help for something else. There is these giant creatures, like big, ugly looking, like big-headed creatures, and they've captured some people, and they're taking them in a wagon, and there's only about a few miles from here along the trail. I think it's back on the trail to the town. So anyway, I need your help. I saw you. I just had a feeling that you would be here. And I felt myself drawn to this strange looking place, this strange looking barn.
I would like to insight check Ted to see if maybe he has either alternative motives or if somebody is perhaps controlling him. Does he seem genuine?
Make an insight check.
I never thought I'd hear. I'd like to insight check Ted.
Wish I could do that in real life.
Oh, the reason why I escaped was that I just had this feeling that I needed to run for mayor.
The real mayor.
Oh yeah, I would vote for you, but right now, dude, I'm questioning everything.
That's a 23.
Ooh,
23. He is okay. Two things. He is a real axebeak, like the smell and like the feathers in front of you. This is no
I'm
illusion.
remembering this.
And 2, he is speaking the truth.
And Fang will say, Ted, may I call you Ted? We never really asked you. Is that all right with you? Are you Ted? No.
Mr. Johnson would be
Absolutely.
most appropriate.
100%. Pardon me for interrupting, Mr. Johnson, but you said on the trail back toward town. Which town? Where would you be leading us?
It's one of the hometowns.
Hometowns.
Yeah, my hometown.
Oh, okay. Well, I will check my journal in just a moment.
Which town am I? Which town am I?
East Haven. Is that East Haven?
I don't know East Haven.
No,
no.
No.
I have lots of words in my brain now, and some of them don't make sense.
That's
Fang
funny.
starts rifling through his journal as Ross does.
And he is from. You met him in Care.
It's like it's the
right.
We just were there.
Kerkonig. Yes, it was Kerkonig.
Yes, we were just there.
We paraded you through town. So you need our help back at the Konig, so to speak.
Well, I fled from the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a name, a description, anything?
Wearing lots of furs.
I don't think we met her.
No.
We'll keep an eye out.
But I fled toward the ice wall, and you kind of see to the far to the east there's this giant kind of glacier that kind of towers over the vale to the east, and because you're far enough east to actually be able to see it, and I think you can actually see it on the map, Icewind Dale, which everybody should be on in Roll20.
Sure am.
If everyone pulled up Roll20.
The Rakehead Glacier, yeah.
I am not on the map. I am in a sea of darkness.
East, you say?
That's profound, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
I see everything, but...
That is a large glacier. That is a large ice wall.
But I was heading that direction when I saw these large creatures, and they had a cage, and one of them were pulling a cart. They tried to capture me because they wanted me to pull their cage, but I am not that kind of axebeak anymore.
Hell yeah, Ted.
You know what? Good for you.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself.
If there are people,
I'm going to be mayor.
If there are people in trouble,
I don't know who gave me that idea, but it's stuck in my head, and I just can't get rid of it.
It might have been me. I don't know. I've said a lot of
I
shit.
believe it was you.
Oh, good.
You know what? You'd be a better man.
All of you look so familiar to me, and I don't know why I was drawn to this place, but all of you just seem like friends.
You know what? I'll take it. We don't have many of those up here because most of the denizens of Icewind Dale are shits. So,
didn't you saved me, didn't you? I have that vague recollection.
We put you in danger to begin with, but if I'm being candid here, we were your saviors and we spelled your doom. But it all worked out. You're here.
Well, let me ask you this. Mr. Kobold. Mr. Kobold.
Yes.
Will you vote for me? Do you have my vote?
You know what? Yes.
Excellent.
But yeah,
Then
I believe we
What
are.
town are you running for mayor in?
Do you have to be in a town to run for mayor?
We'll
Can we
work out
discuss
the details.
mayoral candidacy on the way to helping these people, please?
Yeah, dude, Bruin's stressed as shit.
Yeah, he gets a bee in his bonnet. A bee is a small. We'll talk about it. You don't have those up here.
Where would you have us go, Ted? Mr. Johnson, excuse me. I'm so sorry. The informality
thank you.
is
Thank you.
ingrained in me at this point, but I will respect your title.
I have to be if I'm going to be mayor.
Yeah, of course.
I must have the respect.
Where would you lead us for your help?
Here, let me take you. And he kind of runs off a bit and looks back behind
Well,
you.
shit.
I
we're
think
going.
we owe him this much at the
Yeah,
very
we
least.
do,
Yeah, I
unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm not
Truck
calling him
ahead.
Mr. Johnson, though.
Oh, dude, I am. That's the funniest thing.
I'm not doing
Are
it.
you kidding? Dude, you gotta.
He takes off into the tundra. Kai is really the only person who can catch up with him, like actually keep up with him. Even in his advanced state of years, he is still pretty fast.
He's
You
pretty fast, despite his advanced age. I'm having some trouble here.
Thanks, running on all fours.
You go about 2 hours, and you can see Loch Dinishir ahead, and you see down at the bottom of the hill, at the base of the lake, like right close to the shoreline, the frozen shoreline, you see this cart, and it's got a large cage on top of it. And you see there are these 4 hulking ogres around it, and the cage is being pulled by this smaller looking ogre. You're about a couple of 100 feet away. The moon's out. Ted stops and looks back at you and says, "See, there are the ne'er-do-wells right there."
Yo, Ted, what do you think they've got in that cage there? Did you say earlier?
I think there's people in them. I heard some, maybe even babies. I heard some
Oh,
crying.
frick.
They tried. I ran away from them.
That was your first good decision, Mr. Johnson. Do you know anything about? You said they tried to capture you. So they are 5 strong. I can see. Are there any surprises that we should be aware of?
None that I mean, they look dangerous. They look very, very strong.
Is that
Yeah,
they do?
we can handle them.
I'm not much of a fighter. I'm more of a thinking man.
I think maybe you should stay far away from them.
I will cheer you on from afar.
Can we see from here what is in the cage?
There seems to be some sort of sheet or cloth over it, and it's tied down to keep it from being blown away.
Large, medium. Can we tell?
It's large enough to hold maybe just you can see the shape of it.
Mhm.
Maybe 6 or 7 people.
Well, right now we have the jump on them if we want to take them out.
How dark is it for those of us without any sort of dark vision?
The moon and the stars above are creating a little bit of light.
Fang. I'm looking through. I haven't done this in a while, so let me check how many people I can give it to. I think it's everybody but one. Oh, no, I've already done it. We haven't rested. I don't have my eyes of the night to give away. Just kidding.
Yeah, we're coming fresh off a fight here.
Donna's gonna look down. He's gonna look down at his armor and then look to Bruin and say, "Dude, I actually don't know how good we're gonna be in combat because of that acid shit we encountered 10 minutes ago. Like your flail got just mauled, dude.
I have many other weapons, don't I?
I got 1 set of armor, dude." So Donner is gonna flip on his shutter shades and put his hand on his armor and try to cast mending on the holes created by the acid.
I'm going to say it fixes your armor.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Don't I? You
Very
continually
wise,
impress
don't I?
me.
Thank you.
What kind of armor do you have?
Studded leather, the tie-dyed.
Yeah, it definitely fixes your armor.
Dude, I don't know where it's coming from. I just got all these cool things I can do. It's awesome. Brew, do you want me to see if I can try to do it with your flail as well?
Perhaps after the battle, if you have any energy left.
Yeah, dude, that's fine. I think this is something that I can do at will, so don't worry about it.
Ah.
Well, Fang looks
Yeah, that's
to
what I
Kai. You see the impending threat? By your assessment, do you have a diagram in mind?
What were the other four doing?
Just walking alongside, two in the front, two in the back.
As Fang asks Kai that, he rolls through his journal to the page where he wrote down most of the diagrams that Kai came up with.
Kai will just look through Fang's journal and point to the one that says ambush flood.
That has, and Fang will trace his finger. He says, "Okay, so it is Brune and Donar that flank me, and Thrax and you will go ahead out on the outer edges. We head straight in."
Straight in.
That works for me.
Fang looks at the wagon and looks back at everybody, and he says, "What say you to leaving the little one pulling the wagon alive? See if he has any information."
And by little one, he's still a large creature. He's just not like an ogre is about 10 feet, and he's more like 7 or 8 feet. Just
a
big,
tiny
bulky.
guy. Just a little dude.
Yeah.
I mean, kill him if you must, but he seems to be the... I don't know, he's pulling the wagon. Does that make him the Zeta,
Maybe
or does that make him the
We
strong
don't
one?
prioritize him. We attack the others and see how he reacts, I suppose. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know ogre
They have captured something.
hierarchy.
Perhaps for someone. If they can help us in a direction, if by fear of their own lives, then I don't know, see what we can get out of the last one, whoever remains.
I suppose it would be a foolish notion to just try and talk to them.
Yeah, probably. I think, especially if they see Mr. Johnson here, no offense, they just might be a little pissed off.
They were quite upset that I escaped their clutches.
Yeah, pissed off, dude.
I'm not as trusting as I once was.
Just making sure that we are considering all options.
It is an
and
option, and Fang will
just making sure.
It's
Shrug
something
his
we
shoulders
don't
and-
do too much, though.
We do shoot first, ask no questions later. I just wanted to make sure that we were doing what the best.
Stay hidden. Announce friend or foe. If we get no answer, we launch the ambush.
That's cool. That's more orderly than we ever do anything. That's fine.
Normally we just jump in and we start shooting.
This works
All right,
for
let's
me.
do it.
Fang will position himself, I guess, looking around. Are we in sort of any cover? Is there any...
There are scrub trees, like, there's like not really like, so there's some trees, but it's like one or two trees kind of together, and they're not very healthy looking. They have scraggly limbs.
Fang will line himself right up with the wagon, I guess, to mark the center point of the ambush.
As we're positioning ourselves and Brune kind of sees the size of these ogres, he's going to show Donar the flail and say, perhaps you were right. I could maybe use this if you can fix it.
You know what?
How many minuses did it take?
-2 for me.
Because it's metal. What does the spell mending say?
I know it. I think metal's included. An object you touch, such as broken chain link, isn't something given.
Does it have a specific size?
Nope. It just says.
of the area?
As long as the breaker tear is no larger than 1 foot in any dimension.
Okay. It can take away one casting of the spell. Can take away 1 minus.
All
Great.
right. So Donar will. I mean, he's got his shutter shades on. He's going to do it once, casting mending.
And also, Brune, also Donar, actually. You know, the mending, it kind of pulls it together, but it also kind of like stretches the material out, so it's not quite as nice as it was. It'll need to be professionally
Oh
repaired
man.
to get it back. But it's so visually, it's kind of like a little
Darn it.
Patchworky.
patchworky.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's fine as long as it helps me not get stabbed.
Gives it character.
What'd you
There's a
say?
story to it. It
Yeah,
gives
that's
it
true.
character.
It's like a scar, you know.
Exactly.
I've been through some shit.
But you should probably get it professionally.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'll definitely
sorry.
do that.
Anyway.
But
Kai-
you cast it once, and you can cast it again if you
I'm
want.
going to cast it again. I didn't want to ask because I figured I wasn't going to be allowed to.
Oh, cool.
Kai's a little bit despondent and kind of singular in thought right now. So he's kind of overhearing the chatter that's happening, but seems focused somewhere else, and just absent-mindedly he says, "Start off with range attacks. It should collapse their formation.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Then we can rush in."
Well, good for you. That's the only one I've got right now.
So, how are you going to do this?
Kai's gonna start creeping up on the right side.
Fang will stay in line with Kai, and I would like to hold my Twilight Sanctuary. That once they, if they make an attack toward us or act malicious toward us, I would like to cast that.
Okay.
I'm going to hold an action for Blur the minute
Ooh.
combat starts. And
Yes.
I'm going to kind of mirror Kai because we're about to ambush on the side. So
Blur gives you what, a plus your AC?
it's disadvantage. They have disadvantage to attack.
Brune's got 2 arrows set in his bow for his 2 longbow attacks, but that's what he's got readied for. He'll wait for a magic user, but he'll attack whatever they hit first.
Mhm. And Kai, you're sneaking up on the flank?
Yeah. Sneaking on down stealthily.
Okay, roll your stealth.
Okay.
If I'm doing the
Give me
same,
your
I'll roll
skills.
mine too. My stealthy armor, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, 21.
Nice.
22.
22. You can get within 30 feet of them before you'd have to make another roll. They're just kind of trudging along. You see them, and you hear one of them say, "How much longer do we have to go? I'm tired." The other one, the smaller one, says, "If we don't make it there in the next few hours, we're going to miss it."
And Kai looks back to Fang and nods his head.
Fang sees that and looks over and maybe tries to see if Trax is looking at him. And if he does, he'll nod his head.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking back at everybody. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking back. Trax is looking back, engaging everyone, kind of peering through the trees.
Okay. They seemingly are not aware of you.
Fang looks at Donar and Brune and says, "I'll do the talking, I suppose."
Yeah, we'll be the muscle.
Not much to talk to, I fear.
Fang will get low. Sorry,
Okay,
go
are
ahead.
you kind of going to the front? Or are you going to flank them from the front? or-
Well, Fang is so he's letting Kai and Trax get a little ahead of him, knowing that his stealth puts them at a disadvantage. Trying to stay low. Once they're in position, he'll take maybe a step or two forward, but staying in the brush because
Got it.
see if just he wants what he says to be the first thing that they know
They
of.
notice. Okay. Everybody make a perception roll.
7.
Oh,
a 10.
24.
Dirty 20.
5.
Donar and Kai, you're watching, and the smaller one that turned around, he has like this kind of like scrag, like it's this linen shirt on, but you see this little like black fabric scrap that's tied around his neck, and you look at it, kind of looks like a bow tie.
Donar will quietly say to Fang and Brune, "Yo, dude's going to a wedding. Look at that freaking bow tie. Look dapper as frick."
What?
Make a stealth check. You said it out loud.
Man, I thought about casting message, but you know what I didn't do? That's a
Cast message?
24. That's a 24.
Oh, hey.
24. Okay.
Hey.
Good
You
for
managed to like catch yourself before it gets too loud.
Bow tie.
And very
Almost there.
quietly, Fang says, "When was the last time you saw an ogre in a bow tie?"
Oh, dude, I had to cater some events. It was
Shh, never mind. And Fang will get really low. His ears will go low with him as he crouches. And I guess using his most intimidating voice he can, he says, out loud, he says, "You are surrounded, friend or foe?"
Make a deception check.
Hmm.
Saw that gulp.
Fang's an honest boy.
He's an honest boy.
But he rolled a 16, so
There you go. You see the 4 ogres kind of turn, and you see all of them pull out these basically like tree trunks clubs, and they're kind of like looking around, trying to see you, but they don't see anybody. The smaller one kind of like, hey, calm down. Who are you?
Fang says, "We will be asking the questions." And I said friend or foe.
If you are bandits, we are foe.
What cargo have you?
We have a delivery to make. It's a present. Who are you? Where are you from? You don't sound like any bandit that I know.
This is true. We are much more dangerous than bandits.
What are the rest of you doing while they're parlaying?
Donar's
Trax
got
is-
Just
Go for it.
listening.
Trax is listening, but also he's baffled by the way this conversation's going. Like, you don't sound like bandits. Do you know every bandit, moron?
Donar's just got his arm crossed, trying to puff out his chest and really just shut the fuck up.
Go ahead and, if you're going to move closer, go ahead and do it. The large creature says, show yourself. I will not parley with anyone who is a coward.
And Fang, he'll start laughing at that with a very hearty, like, with his big belly laugh. He'll say, I smell fear on you. I smelled it from far away. You are bringing that to someone you answer to.
We were invited.
To what?
It's a secret I can't tell you.
Who is speaking?
It's the half ogre.
As
He was
he's-
speaking quite like he actually. The other ogres are being kind of grunty and like not really like they're mumbling, but you can't really understand what they're saying. He's actually quite well spoken.
As he says it's a secret, Fang will bring his hand up to his ear, give it a little tap tap. He says, "You're on, Pinky." And
What's the range on the helmet telepathy?
let's check.
I'm ready to go.
Focus your mind on any creature you can see within 30 feet of you.
30 feet. Are you within 30 feet?
Let's check that.
Close.
Probably not.
So close.
Oh,
Fang,
so close. You're
as-
45 feet away.
Okay, then as he's talking, Fang will move in the underbrush.
Okay. Make a stealth roll.
Oh, that's not fine. That is a 4. At disadvantage.
Okay.
I try to move as he's talking about his invitation.
You see him kind of step back, and the ogre's kind of like, because he hears you coming through the brush, and the ogres come around and kind of make a perimeter around him.
Then, at where he's at, he's going to cast Detect Thoughts on the closest ogre, which is 25 feet away, looking for something about that secret.
Okay.
So, focus my mind. If the creature has an intelligence of 3 or lower, or doesn't speak any language, the creature is unaffected.
He was close. The ogres have an intelligence of 5.
Ooh.
What's the
I don't think there is one. I think
wisdom saving throw? If you okay, you're just kind of surface thoughts, right?
yeah,
now,
you
right?
initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what's on its mind in that moment. So as he says
Okay.
secret, as he will say, as I cast detect thoughts, he'll say, "A secret, you say?" And that's when he says, "Go, Pinky."
Pinky is perfect. Okay. I think he's thinking smash, and he's thinking
Secret.
crushed skull.
Secret. Anything about a secret?
Something about eating lots of food.
What kind of secret? A secret party?
You could say that. He kind of, you see through the brush, you see the half ogre point to the left and point to the right silently, and they start moving up towards you.
That's trigger.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Me? I'm going to
Anybody?
Yeah,
Anybody with a held action? How's that?
Yeah, as they start to move up, I'll say my held action goes off, which is the Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay,
I'll say, "Big mistake. We'll talk later."
so that goes off, but it's not a noticeable effect. Any other held actions go
I'm
off?
gonna activate mine as well. The blur.
The blur.
So I'm flavoring it. Yeah, I'm flavoring it that basically It's like the same device that's kind of like his mirror image, which was projecting visuals in front of him. It's projecting onto him.
That's awesome.
So it's
Got it, that's cool.
it's two projections moving.
I was like, your backpack just kind of picks you up and shakes you.
I thought about it.
Vibration.
But I was like, that might somehow flavor myself into disadvantage myself.
Yeah.
Donar, what are you doing?
Donar had no held actions.
Brune.
Brune is still waiting for any of them to be specifically attacked.
Yeah, nobody's attacked yet. They haven't really seen you. The stealth rolls have been
Sure.
amazing.
In that case, I'm going to knock this down to knocking one arrow and loose it with the intention of landing right in front, the one that's been talking to us.
Got it. The half ogre at the back. Okay, by the cart.
Yeah.
Okay, back and Kai, you see two ogres kind of coming your way, but they do not see you. It looks like they've keyed in on Fang's location based on the noise he was making.
Kai is going to raise up a hand and fire a firebolt across at this ogre. That one.
Everybody roll initiative. Keep that roll that you just rolled, whatever.
Okay.
Brune, what'd you get?
Brune got a 7. Nope, that's a 10.
Kai.
24.
Damn. Trax.
That's more like it.
21.
Nice. Fang.
12.
12. Donar.
14.
14. Okay.
Oh God.
Nothing. Okay.
I've never once seen
Oh,
that
I
laugh
hate
like
that.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing I've ever
done
seen.
it
I
for
hate
5
Those
years.
threes.
It was like one rolled a 3,
Oh, wow.
and the half ogre rolled a 1.
They're
Use
big
those
dumb
deck
dumb.
Okay, I like
saving
that.
throws.
So you're attacking ogre C, Kai.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. And this is a surprise round.
So that would be a 13 to hit.
That
That's what
hits.
I rolled. All right.
They have hides, wearing hides, animal hide.
Good. Then that's gonna be 10 points of fire damage.
They start roaring with rage as they see the fire come out of your hand, and then kind of the fire lights you up for a second, and you see the half ogre pointing at you. Who else had held action?
Could I retcon mine to attack the one that Kai attacked, since he's attacked one now?
Yeah.
Then I'll lose the two arrows at
The two
that same
arrows.
one. Which are a 10 to hit and a dirty 20 to hit.
The dirty 20 hits, but the 10 goes over the ogre's head.
Great. The one hits for 9 damage.
And everybody else was casting different spells, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So top of the round, Kai Raiju.
Kai is going to move up and advance on the outermost ogre.
Ogre
to
A.
about 25 feet there, we'll say. And then he's going to cast Thunder Wave. And they need to make con saving throws.
So the two of them, the first ogre leans down into the snow and like absorb the thunder wave, kind of hits him, but he kind of like leans into it, making a save. The second one only rolled a 12.
Okay. The second one fails. The failure takes, only 3 points
No.
of thunder and 1 point for the one that passed.
Okay.
And the one that failed gets pushed 10 feet away.
Away from you.
Yeah.
Okay. And he kind of rolls. He's still up on his feet. He's not prone, right?
Yeah, no, he's not prone.
Okay. Anything else, Kai?
That is it for now.
Tracks?
So I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm going to toss one of my little fairy fire grenades at these two ogres here. So I need them to make dexterity saving throws.
The third one rolls a 7.
Nope.
And the other one rolls a 7.
All right, so they are fairy fired.
Fairy
So just the
fire.
explosion goes off, and they're coated in this glowing, viscous fluid that illuminates them. I was gonna say it's like because I was looking at the blue, green, or violet.
Yeah.
So I was like, go violet. So perfect.
Yep. Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it.
Okay. And they start kind of like trying to wipe it away off their clothing.
No, that shit stains.
You've ruined my nice clothes! One of them rumbles. Donar.
Donar is going to stealthily try to move just 5 feet forward into the brush here because
Okay.
they don't know he exists yet.
Got it.
And if that works,
Make a stealth check.
yeah, you got it. How's a natural 1 sound? Is
Oh,
that,
Um,
good?
Basically, you stand up, move 5 feet, and then come back down. You forget the crouch walk.
Yeah, order of operations, Donar. So I guess it doesn't matter. But with his action, he is going to shuffle his left hand forward like a skillet and say "Loose Sphere" and cast Bane on this guy, this guy, and this guy. So those
1, 2, 3.
in that line.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these are
So
wisdom.
charisma to beat 15.
Fail. It rolled a 15, but it's a -2.
Hell yeah.
And a natural 20 for number 3.
Okay, so 1 and 2 are baned, and with his bonus action, he's gonna turn and whisper across to Brune and say, "Yo, dude, if you gotta be wise, I believe you can be wise," and give him bardic inspiration. There could have been a better
Brutus
way.
pretty confused
That
for
was
a
perfect.
second, but he appreciates the attempt.
I'll explain it later.
Fang, it's your turn.
Fang is going to stand up straight, and this one right in the middle that's not been fairy fired, he is going to shoot a guiding bolt, first level at.
Okay.
That is a 17 to hit.
No, that hits. The glowing bolt of energy hits him right in the chest as he's trying to recover from being pushed back.
And that's going to do 15 points of radiant damage.
And the next attack has advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Brune, your turn.
All right, Brune is going to rush at. I'm trying to paint this one here, and as he's doing that, he takes out his 2 hand axes and flings them at that one, kind of mid-stride.
The third one.
Yes, yeah. So to hit, we have a 15 and a natural 20.
Nice. Both hit. The natural 20, just burying those hand
All
axes
right.
into there.
So
into him.
the one that's not a natural 20 does 8 damage, and the natural 20 does 11 damage. And
Okay.
then after he's loose his hand axes, he's going to get the flail out because he did the 2-weapon fighting to throw the hand axes. And as he's continuing to rush, he's kind of spinning it up like Thor does.
Gonna get the speed.
Exactly. And then he's just going to kind of try to bash him in the knee with the flail.
Got it.
Which is a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits. Like he screams as like the axes like hit him. They fall. They don't stick in him. They fall to the ground. But he's like bleeding.
Okay.
And then you just come up and just like whack his knee. And he's like, oh!
That does 7 damage, plus I'm going to add a superiority dice to try to trip him. I'm sure it won't work, but it gives me extra damage. So that's 12.
Con save,
Yeah, strength save.
strength save. Okay, he's good at that. Dirty 20.
Cool. He still takes 12 total damage from the flail attack.
Okay,
Nice.
And he's just staring it in the eyes.
he's hurt really badly, and it's their turn. He's going to step back and try to throw a javelin at long range at Brune. The half ogre steps back into some brush and then throws the javelin kind of like a wild shot and rolls a natural 1.
Ah, great.
I
And the
This is
ogre
Brune doesn't
embarrassing for
even
them.
look at it.
the I'm gonna do it this way. The javelin kind of
drops
like
it.
pings the ogre that you're like facing down in the shoulder for 1 point of damage.
got him.
And he's just like, oh, why? The other ogres, okay, 1 on
Which side
Kai.
are you on?
That's only a 13 to hit.
That'll miss.
This one runs up to Donar, and that is a dirty 20 to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
That does 9 points of bludgeoning damage. 1 on Brune, that is a 19.
My AC is a 19.
That hits. So the great club, the big, like this rough-hewn trunk of a small tree. Comes down on you. We're only rolling shit tonight. 6 points of bludgeoning. 2d8 plus 3. And this guy, yeah, he's going to go for Trax.
Bring it.
19, which misses you, I believe.
Yep.
Okay.
Damn.
Top of the round, Kai.
So Kai, after dodging the hit from the ogre, will immediately drop down to his knees, clasp his hands together with his fingers up to form a hand seal, and they're going to start vibrating, and he's going to snap his dagger off of his side and slash it right across one of the knees of the ogre, casting Booming Blade.
Blade, yeah. Okay.
And that's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
And the attack will do 7 points of piercing damage plus another 1 point of thunder damage. My damage is crap tonight.
And he starts vibrating.
And after that, Kai's going to, since he's down, crouching, he's just going to roll over his shoulder backwards and just back up 5 feet.
You're outside of my aura, correct?
I think so.
I believe so.
How much is
yeah.
your aura?
Just barely, 30 feet.
It may be only visible to Fang right now.
Yeah.
He's just outside of it, that's okay.
Top, let's see, Kai, that's it. Trax.
Alright, so he misses me. I'm going to look up at him, and I'm going to raise my gauntlet up, and I'm going to lightning launcher at him.
Okay,
I have advantage. So first one's a 23, but I just want to
that
see.
hits. Yeah, see if we can get a natural
Yeah,
20.
Alright, so 23 to hit. The first one does 8 points of lightning damage. I'm going to hit him again.
8 points, lightning,
And that's a 19 to hit.
that hits. They're
That's
not
gonna do-
hard to hit. They're just
That's
basically
going to do 11 points of damage.
they're basically the broadside of a barn.
And then I'm going to supercharge it. And that is an additional 6 points.
Okay.
Uh,
Anything else? Trax?
That'll be a-
9
Okay.
temporary hit points for your tracks if you want them.
Thank you very much. I will take those.
Donar.
Donar, because he's learned more about his magic over the last week and a half, however long he's had it, is going to move around this ogre to this side, so he doesn't leave his attack of opportunity area, which he has realized can happen to him. And he's going to push forward towards this ogre with his right hand and towards the southwest with his left hand and say, "K dead!" And he's also going to cast Thunder Wave.
Nice.
And they both need to make whatever save Kai had them make. That's a con
Con
save.
save. Okay, the one that's on Kai rolls actually a dirty 20.
Yep.
And the one that you're currently on rolls a 21.
Yeah, they're going to take half. So they're both going to take 3 thunder damage.
Better than I did.
Only marginally.
Okay.
And
He
with
kind
the
of like, you
bonus
do
action-
that, the wave of thunder hits him in the face, and he kind of like snorts and then looks down at you like, and pulls the great club up to strike you.
And seeing that, Donar is going to spend a key point as a bonus action to take patient defense and take the dodge action.
Excellent.
And
Gross,
at the
dude.
end of your turn, if you want them, 9 temporary hit points.
Yes. Thank you. I need them.
Fang, your turn.
Fang is right in between 3 fights. There's an ogre for everybody, and except Fang is closest to Donar in his situation, but Fang is gonna look. I want to see if I still have eyes on the little one, who I assume is the leader now. Where's he going off to?
He's kind of booked in the brush, but he's tall enough that he's kind of just standing above it. So
I can see him.
yeah, you can see.
Fang is going to, sights set on him. Fang is going to move in 10 feet, right into the center.
Carefully avoiding the ogre.
Yeah, into the center of all these fights, and cast Fairy Fire on the leader, who I'm now within 60 feet of. So he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
10.
He fails.
Yeah.
So he gets his,
Nice.
dark, shimmery twilight surrounding him.
Yeah, it's actually a little different fairy fire than Trax's, chemicals he's got.
Why you
in the
gotta make
bottle.
yours look cooler than mine?
Bang, he says, that's subjective. I don't think that. I like yours too. I like the paint situation.
All right.
And Bang is going to, as a bonus action, he's gonna clap his hands and throw him up, casting Step to the Night, the tendrils of darkness from his fingertips. He pulls himself up, maybe like 10 feet into the air, just to get a good view of everything.
Okay.
But stays where he's positioned on the map.
You kind of pull yourself into the air and you look behind you about 100 feet and you see Ted Johnson actually sitting on a stump. He's kind of like pawing at something on his body and he's just watching the whole fight play out.
He says, he would make a good mayor. Looks like I could have a beer with him or something.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Is that every beak?
Okay, anything else?
No, that's it for Fang. I'm
Okay.
good on my temporary hit points as well.
Brune.
Alright, Brune's going to hit this guy with the flail in the other knee because he's brutal like that. And that is a 26 to hit
Oh, yeah.
for 8 damage. 7
Okay.
because of the... Oh no, it's back to full. 8 damage.
8 damage, yeah.
Cool. And then he'll do his second attack as like a kind of a uppercut to the jaw with the flail as he's like kind of bent over from the knees being smashed in.
Yeah, he's kind of leaning over and you see him kind of like he's just barely got a hold on his great club.
15 to hit
Oh, yeah.
for 10 damage.
So you just whip the flail, right uppercut to his jaw. You see his neck kind of extend, and then you hear a crack, and he just falls back, unmoving, onto the snow.
Awesome. This one in the distance, is it kind of standing watching, or is it like actively retreating?
He moved back and actually like fired javelins at
Okay, so... Okay.
yeah, so at you, but missed horribly.
I'm gonna charge him. We're gonna go 30 feet at him.
Okay.
And that'll be the rest of my turn. As soon as the big guy hits the ground without missing a beat, Brune just takes off at the one that's further away.
Okay.
And we're going to see how many temporary hit points Starbuck wants you to have, because I'm using her dice. And she says 10.
Does that... So I had temporary hit points. Do I replace those?
If it's a higher number, you can replace it.
Great.
Even if it's lower or higher, you can replace it, but you always want to replace
Okay.
it with
Yeah.
a higher.
Cool.
So they don't stack.
Great.
Okay, the ogres. The one on Kai kind of like tries to like scrape off the buzzing sensation and then sees like you like as a spellcaster. He's like, oh, I hate magic! And runs at you and the booming boom! And you just see like a wave of thunder energy kind of go out from him and ripple the snow. And you see Ted Johnson actually fall off his stump.
Oh no.
The thunder damage on that is, that's a little better, 11.
He takes it, and then he attacks
Dang it.
you. Oh no, that's a 9. Okay, he's just like so discombobulated. Let's see, against Donar, rolls an 18.
I am dodging and he's baned.
Okay, so let me do. Let's see,
Bane.
the Bane is a -4. Thank you. -3, so 15.
That does hit.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, try it again. Ow, you got me.
Wow. He clocks you for 15 points of bludgeoning.
Ugh.
And against Trax, he's gonna try something.
All right.
Okay, are you? You're in your stealth armor, so you're kind of kobold
Yeah.
size right now, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna try to pick you up. He's gonna try to grapple you.
All right.
Make an opposed strength check, athletics check. That is a 17 for him.
Damn it! I rolled an 18, but I have -2.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
16.
So he just like picks you up. It's like grabs you and he's got you, and you're just like, you can still do stuff. You're just immobilized now. He's got you. And the half ogre is going to actually like meet you in combat. He draws his battle axe and rushes out of the brush at you, Brune. And he actually is using 2 hands in the battle axe. It's only a 10 to hit you.
Nah.
That misses. Top of the round, Kai.
All right. Kai is going to not drop down this time because he wants to stay up and alert so he can kind of feel general what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And after seeing Donar take that whack,
Ugh.
he's going to again take his blade and cast Booming Blade on this guy.
Okay.
And that's going to be 11 to hit.
11 hits. No, sorry. Ogre. Yes, 11 hits.
Oh,
Their
God.
hide armor.
Babytown frolics.
Half ogre has a little bit better armor class. That's what I had it clicked on.
It's gonna be 5 points of piercing,
And he is vibrating.
5 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
And then Kai is going to move over to this one that's on Donar and flank up with him.
Got it.
Oh, thanks, dude.
And that's it.
Okay. Tracks.
He ends his turn in my aura, and that is 7 temporary hit points.
Tracks, your turn.
Alright, so as he picks me up, I'm going to say, "Unhand me, you churl!" And I'm going to...
I don't even know what a churl is.
I'm going to lightning launcher him right in the face.
Like, roll to hit.
First one's an 18. Let me double check. Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
is the highest.
Oh yeah.
That's going to do 7 points of damage. And I'm going to hit him again.
Okay. How many points of damage? I'm sorry. 7?
7.
Okay.
The next one is a 26 to hit. That's going to do... max damage. 11 points.
Okay.
And then I'm going to supercharge it one more time for 4 extra points.
Okay. He's still up, but he's kind of like, you rocked
That'll
him. And he's like, kind of with his forearm as he's holding you with his two meaty, like just sweaty palms. He's kind of like wiping his face.
10 temporary hit points, Tracks.
Cool, thank you.
Donar, galvanized by Kai's presence and the fact that he feels backed up, is first going to take a swing at this guy with Tika's frying pan.
Nice.
Hey.
And is that is that an advantage because we're flanked? Is that an official?
No.
I wish.
Okay.
It used to be, but it's not.
Well,
It only
advantage
counts
in
for a sneak attack, a rogue sneak attack.
Gotcha. Well, that's a 9 to hit.
That
so.
misses, unfortunately.
All right. So we're going to go through with this anyway. Because Kai's here, Donar feels like the best about monk energy that he has in a while. So he's going to spend his last key point to take Flurry of Blows. Just kind of try to kick this dude twice in the gut. Unarmed
Okay.
strike.
Okay, roll to hit.
Back to back. That's going to be a 13 and a natural 20.
Nice.
Hey.
Both
Yeah.
hits.
Yeah.
That's what I call galvanized.
And yeah, baby. So since that's just a stock 3 bludgeoning, I guess that's 9 bludgeoning total.
Okay. And he's kind of like, oh, you knocked the breath out of him with that.
I'll take that,
Okay.
motherfucker.
Anything else,
You get him,
Donar?
Donar!
Nothing else for me.
Okay, Fang.
9 temporary hit points for Donar.
Oh, thank you.
If I'm maintaining concentration, do I only drop it if I understand if I get hit, but if I cast another spell of concentration or any other spell?
No, only another spell that requires concentration.
Sweet. So concentration on the fairy fire, which grants Brune advantage, just so I don't forget later. Fang, is Ogre still holding Tracks? Still grappled?
Yes, he is.
Alright, then Fang turns his head with a creepy quickness, and his eyes are all dark from the tendrils holding him up, and he holds his hand out in his like puppet master or a marionette, and he says, "Drop him, fuckface," and casts Toll the Dead on the ogre holding Tracks. So he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
I should have gone for something more fuckfacey.
17. I rolled a 19, but it's -2.
Oh, fuck. Then, nope, he doesn't even take half damage. He just succeeds, and that's it. Bummer. Well,
But he is insulted.
yes, he is. And so it just
the
looks
ogre,
like he's
the
fighting
ogre
it.
looks at you, like turns to you, holds Tracks up in the air, like he's going to throw him at you.
I'm gonna hit a dude with another dude.
Fang,
Classic.
has not used any of his movement yet. So he's gonna float a little closer, just slowly. As that fails, he's going for intimidation now and floats right over to him. And that's it for me.
Okay, Brune.
Brune is going to stick with the knee strategy, and he's going to use one of his flail attacks to hit this guy in the knee again. And do I get advantage, Ross?
You do.
Yep, you do.
No. Oh, good, because that's 23 then.
Yeah, that hits.
For 8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna try to trip him again, just for more damage, but he's got to make that strength saving throw.
5.
Awesome. So he takes an additional 7 damage for 15 total.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he also goes, prone. And for my second attack, I'm going to grapple him.
Okay, yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is not an attack roll, is it? Because he would have.
Well,
advantage.
actually,
I think it is.
yeah. No, it's not. Taking a grapple is because when you take an attack, that's your action.
Sure.
Right.
Doing a grapple is an action.
This says if you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Thank you for that.
Of course. Thank you for this. So I'm going to try to grapple this ogre, and I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration on that.
Okay,
Yeah, you are, bud.
make an athletics.
It's a 24 total.
He only got a 15. He rolled well, but so you've got him. Like, how do you want to grapple him? He's kind of a big guy.
Yeah, so
You're big too.
I smash him in the knee, and as he falls,
He goes
I'm gonna
down.
kind of jump on his back and pull his arms back,
Okay.
and yeah, exactly, and I'll just kind of grunt in his ear. I'll say, "Call them off, or you lose your knees too."
Okay, make an intimidation check.
22.
You'll see what happens on his turn. Okay. The ogres that are remaining. Yeah, because technically the half ogre rolled a 1 on initiative. So it's the ogre's turn. The one that is booming rushes at Kai, setting off the booming.
Take that. 10 points of thunder damage.
Still up. And tries to crush your brain with his log. And only rolled a 6. That was a natural 1.
That ain't gonna do it.
And against Donar,
Crush his brain with your log.
you're dodging, right? Did you dodge last time?
I'm not dodging.
Okay. 17 plus
Yep.
something, but it's a minus. He's still
7. Ron.
Bane,
You know
right?
it.
Yeah, minus D4.
Okay, so 17 plus 5, 22, minus 3, 19. That still hits.
Yeah, you gotta hit.
13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sure.
The other one, holding tracks, tries to... You come closer, so instead he kind of just tries to throw tracks right on top of Fang.
Improvised weapon.
He rolls a 22.
Yeah, I mean he hits.
What are my stats as a weapon?
It's a
Am I a club?
it's 1d3 plus his strength bonus. So,
I hate to do more damage. I'm better than dead D3.
so you take 6 points of damage, Fang,
6 points of
And-
bitching damage.
and tracks make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, an 8.
8. You get you hit him, and then you roll 10 feet past him.
Sorry, I couldn't catch you.
It's alright. Sorry, I hit you.
The half ogre weighs his options. Stop fighting! Leave them alone! They will kill you! They can cast magic! And you see the ogres are kind of like, "Arrgh. No! They are hurting us! We must destroy the heathens! And the half ogre says, they will kill us! And the ogres just kind of hold their hands up and drop their clubs.
Fang, the one he's looking in the eye, he says, "Good boy.
I will crush your head.
Bring it on, fuckface."
Are we going to go out of combat, or do you want to keep the initiative going?
Keep the initiative going for now.
Okay, Kai, your turn.
Kai's gonna walk away from these two, and
They do not take their attack of opportunity.
he's gonna approach the cart
Okay.
and pull the cover off of it.
Inside are 4 mewling baby yetis tied up with gags in their mouths.
Oh my god.
Can we just go? Can we just... I don't want to be here anymore.
Brune, as you're on top of the half-ogre, you see this piece of paper sticking out of his vest with some scrawled writing on it.
I'm not gonna let up my hold on him, but I'll call Fang over and say he's got a paper.
Fang will
Quite
wait
descriptive.
for his turn.
You got papers?
Well, I can't read it.
Are we still in initiative?
Let's keep going initiative. Tracks.
I'm gonna go up to this ogre over here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna slap him and say, "Don't you dare use me as a weapon!"
Like, are you doing damage to him?
No, just like a smack, like not an actual. I'm in my stealth armor, so I have like negative
Nothing.
strength.
Okay. And he's just like, "Brrr, you are puny creature."
You're not looking so good there.
Fang laughs.
And I'll kind of crackle a little bit of electricity in my other hand.
Fang says, kick your ass.
You use magic. You cheat.
No magic here, my oafish friend.
Donar?
Donar he's still got the pan drawn. He is going to, seeing that they didn't attack Kai, he's going to walk backwards towards Kai with the pan drawn, looking at the 2 ogres and saying, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Freaking attacking us," and end up by Kai, not watching what Kai's doing, but keeping watch on the situation.
Fang?
Yeah, Fang will float over as far as he can on his movement. I guess he'll dash, go all the way over to the other guy. Since we're in initiative, can I use my remaining to just take out the paper?
Yeah, just grab. It's because it's out in the
Great.
open. It's not like you're going into a backpack to get it.
Then
So yeah.
Fang stares him dead in the eye and just yanks it from wherever it's sticking out of.
And you see writing on this, and it's crude hand, like block letters, but it's as well written as somebody with a low intelligence might be able to write.
Mm-hmm.
But it says, "Doog and Gog getting hitched. You come. Wedding after we smash Goodmead. Meet after deep dwarves. Let dragon leave spine of world mountain fortress to watch 10 towns burn. BYOB. BYOY."
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Did I hear something about a dragon being released to burn 10 towns?
Yeah, Fang definitely read that all out loud in the same broken common that you read it. And he'll say, Doog and Gog, these are your friends?
They are Verbeeg royalty.
Royalty, you say?
In their minds, they're friends of mine. We were invited.
Yes, and what is this bit about the dragon and the spine of the world?
All I know is that the deep dwarves have invited all of us to join their army. We will go to their mountain fortress and volunteer.
Can I get my team?
Let's go out of initiative.
Can we gather over here?
Yeah, we're over here by the Yetis. You want me to come to you, or am
No,
I?
I'll come to you.
All right, yeah.
All right. So
Okay, this ogre makes a run for it, but he's running toward this like kind of cliff, and he gets to the bottom of it, and you see Ted Johnson at the top of the cliff, and he kind of stomps his foot, and a boulder kind of rolls off of it and hits the ogre in the head, knocking him unconscious.
That's my boy.
He has my vote.
you know, I was just about to say the same thing. Anyway, anyone else want to run?
Are you still grappling him?
No,
The half ogre?
Brune's gonna let him go, kind of with the thought that he needs these Yetis, and he's, outnumbered, and they also didn't do great in the fight, so he's not super concerned about him.
Okay.
All right. So obviously something's happening at the Spire of the World.
Spine
Dragon
of the
Unleashed.
World.
Spine of the World. Unleashed calamity upon 10 towns. This might be our way in.
Into what?
I hate to prioritize anything above anything else we might be doing, but the destruction of 10 towns would certainly put a hinder on all of our plans.
Yeah, probably.
It looks like this might be our ticket safely into this Duergar fortress.
We have an invitation. And
We have an
Yetis.
invitation?
They're evil
I'm wondering if
creatures,
we take place of the Yetis
Uh,
in the wagon. Kai, you've demonstrated that you are capable of illusions. Or we just threaten them to let us go with them, or we kill them. I don't know. I'm working out the details right now. I was used as a club.
Yeah, you got your...
It's still
bell ring.
a little brain fog is a thing.
Look, if we're looking for a way into this bash, we were just talking about catering events. What if we're what if I'm the head chef at this little dude? It's not like I haven't dealt with Yeti meat. Like, we gotta talk about it sometime. We
All
got an
4
invitation.
Yetis hear that and start crying.
Do Yetis speak common?
No, they don't.
They just had
Calm down. You don't
They
understand.
passed their vibe check, though. They felt the vibe.
Fang says, counter idea. What if our friend and his head to the half ogre could take the place under the sheet inside the cage, and we could walk with illusions and walk right in with the invitation? Do you think that the guard at the door will recognize us if we have an invitation?
That's true. We don't. He doesn't know. Perhaps.
We don't need
Who
to
exactly?
get in. We just need to make sure nothing gets out.
That's hot.
that seems easier done from within. Can you
Yeah,
fly?
I feel like we need to. At least a couple of us need to get in, or 1 foot in. We don't even know what we're up against.
We've dealt with the Duergar before, and some got away. No doubt they know about us already.
That's why I'm
Inside,
saying.
we don't know what we're up against.
Yes, if they are.
If we go in, we could be outnumbered and trapped. But if we're outside,
If they are recruiting ogres, then they could be recruiting God knows who.
Exactly.
We could be vastly outnumbered. Worst case scenario. Kai is right. Walking in could be walking into a trap. But luring them outside, then they are, as you say, something got out. Is it not them that we suspect to have a piece of the masthead? All of the masthead? And have they put it together in their stronghold? That cannot fall into their hands. This is what you're right. What could we find in there? But how can we ignore it?
we don't go in until we leave them all dead on their doorstep.
Leave what dead?
The Duergar.
The Yetis start crying again.
And for the current party, within our grasp, the ogres,
They've been inching away from you. They've been trying to make no casual, they've been real casual, trying to back up slowly away from you. But they haven't made any, maybe they moved 5 feet away.
I look to the half ogre and just say, "You can pull this thing by yourself?"
I may not look like much, but I'm strong.
Then I look back to Fang and say, "We don't need him."
then they know too much. Surely they will warn someone of our coming.
And with that, the half ogre pulls a javelin off the ground and fires it at you. Roll initiative. Well, we'll keep the same initiative. How about that?
Perfect.
They'll get a surprise round off. The half ogre does against Fang. Still 9. It sails over your head and sticks in the side. Wong! The side of the cart. Top of the round, Kai.
Kai is going to form a new series of hand signs, and his hand is going to start, crackling with electricity again, as it would with a shocking grasp. But he's going to whip his hand aside, and it's going to leave 3 little, tendrils of electricity, and he's going to swipe back and grab them, and throw them backhanded, casting magic missile.
That is badass. I love that so much.
And he's going to hit that ogre. This one's unconscious but not dead.
That one's dead.
He's dead.
He basically got like his neck cracked, like his spine cracked when he got uppercutted with the flail.
Okay. Which of these two looks the healthiest?
The one that was attacking Donar.
All right. Then this one gets 1 dart, and this one gets 2.
Got it.
And that's gonna be
And they just fly unerringly to their target. striking them.
4 points of force damage on this one, and 8 on that one.
Anything else, Kai?
That is it.
Tracks.
So I'm going to whip around and hit this guy with my lightning launcher.
Okay.
16.
That hits.
I believe they're unfairly
Lightning just
fired
kind of
by
like
now.
phew, goes up the hill, hitting the ogre.
Hits him for 10 points of lightning damage.
He's not looking too good at all.
I'm going to do it again.
Do it again.
Oh, yeah, that hits. 24.
Okay.
For 10 points of damage. And then I'm going to supercharge it for an additional 6.
Okay. He, like, you spin him around with the first lightning blast, and the second one knocks him off his feet, and he just in the brush, and he's no longer moving.
And as he does that, I'm going to say, use me as a club.
Next is Donar.
Donar is going to turn to Kai and say, "Hey, we started it, or you came in the middle because I was struggling. Now let's finish it." And that's going to be Bardic Inspiration for Kai. And Donar is going to move to Southwest Ogre and try to whack him with the old skillet.
Okay.
15 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
All right. That's going to do 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. He's hurt really badly, but still up.
All right. And that's all I can do. So
Okay.
I'm going to stay on it.
Fang.
Fang knows that javelin was for him. As he whips around, shifts at the same time as a bonus action, and as an action, charges in and with a spear attack that he still has active on his back, that still put together in one piece, whips it around. Oh, bummer. That's an 11 to hit.
It actually misses. He has a 12 AC with his hide armor.
Bummer. Then, yep, Fang is in close combat with this guy in a shifted state now.
Okay. Rune.
Brune is just gonna kind of exhale and walk over to the javelin that is stuck in the cart, and as he does so, just under his breath, he's just gonna mumble, "He eats alone, chokes alone," and he's gonna take the javelin out and throw it back at the ogre.
The half ogre or the ogre?
The half ogre. That's a 13 to hit.
13 hits.
And max damage for 10 damage.
Nice. He's still up, but just barely.
And then I'll use the rest of my movement to go stand next to Fang.
You have 2 attacks. That counted as
Oh
an
yeah,
attack.
cool. Then while he's walking back to him, he'll just say, "I tried to avoid this," and he's gonna whack the other knee with the flail.
Kai just says, "Leave him alive. We need to know where the fortress is."
17 to hit,
17 hits.
6 damage.
How would you like to do this final blow?
Can I have the option to not kill him?
Mhm.
Then I'm
Yeah, basically that's how you can basically just put somebody down with non-lethal damage.
Great.
Yes.
Then I'm going to just sideswipe, just hit the knee. Maybe it even like hits the other one with the
Mhm.
force. Just
Yeah.
breaks his legs.
You're breaking his legs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
you
told
hear
you this would
bones
happen.
crack, and he just like tumbles down. He's just howling in pain, and eventually passes out from the pain. These 2 ogres take off. Actually, Donar, if you want to opportunity attack against that guy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
With the old Tikas.
Yeah.
17.
That hits.
All right. For 8 bludgeoning.
How would you like to put that one into the record book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe because I imagine Donar like flailing, because he's running away. So maybe I just like hit a sweet spot on the spine because I know he's tall and Donar's tall too, but I think this guy's taller. So just crack the spine and like in the middle, small of the back.
He's running away, and you just like pull it and like hit the small of his back. And you hear a book as the bones crack, and he just like tumbles over and falls.
Yeah, all right.
And the other one takes off a full 60 feet and goes off the map. Top of the round, Kai. He's technically, he's about, I want to say, he's probably about 80 or 90 feet away.
Kai is going to gauge the distance, form a hand seal, and his hand is going to start crackling with electricity again. And this time, he's going to move 50 feet, plus he's going to use a key point to use Step of the Wind to dash as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to cast Shocking Grasp right in this dude's back.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That's a 17 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Your damage.
And that's going to be 11 points of lightning damage.
He goes down to the ground, puts his hands over his head. He's breathing heavy, but he's just like, no more, no more, no more.
And Kai's just going to stand there over him for a minute.
Okay. Trax.
I will come up with Fang to this guy here, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, he is unconscious.
I know he's unconscious.
Yeah.
I'm just going up to join that.
Okay. Donar.
Seeing that Kai has things handled as usual, Donar's going to take a dash to the east and join the group.
Okay.
And that's it.
Fang.
Fang just says, well, the next decision is what do we do with the Yeti?
Oh, man, this again.
That'll...
Look, I just say we let them go.
Agreed.
How close are we... He'll ask. How close do you think we are to civilization? To a town? I mean, how...
You're a few hours away from Kerkonig. You're still on the opposite side of the lake.
I don't know. It is difficult. I certainly would rather choose the side of mercy, but what do we? How many are in there? Well, if he counts, how many?
4 of them.
4 Yeti roaming around the 10 towns. I mean, the butterfly flaps its wings, and
I believe the
knows
options.
what could happen.
I believe the options are we let them go, we use them to try to get to this party, or we kill them. I will do it if you are uncomfortable with it.
I
Well,
did
we
not.
could stick with the party plan.
Yes, I don't think that
At least
is
get near.
a bad idea. That the come bearing gifts, catch more flies with honey, so forth.
Are we going into combat?
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Kai, I'm going
Kind
to
of.
say, Kai, what would you like to do?
Kai's going to glance back to see what the rest of the party is doing.
They're having one of their patented conversations.
Then Kai's going to kneel down to where the ogre is and just say, "You heard what they said. No witnesses." And he's going to... Usually Kai casts Shocking Grasp as kind of a claw with his fingers splayed and gripped. But this time, his hand is more of a flat blade, and he puts it at the point of the ogre's neck and casts Shocking Grasp and just drives it in.
You break his windpipe. He doesn't stay around for long.
And they don't see it because they're busy, but Kai absorbs a little bit of life from the ogre.
Saskai. Okay.
And then he's gonna start walking back to the
Make a
party.
perception roll.
An 8.
Okay.
Never mind.
You're just kind of like absorbed with what's happening. So-
As he walks back, he picks up. All I'm saying is that we are not releasing 4 Ted Johnsons into the 10 towns. These we saw what it was doing to the individual up on the care on on the mountain.
But for babies who maybe haven't learned that from a maternal figure, I don't want to believe in the goodness, but
Alignment is bullshit.
No, you got that right. You got that right.
Fang has walked over to the wagon and is just checking out the sturdiness of it all. He says,
you see you see a rolled up piece of paper in there, actually.
Oh, I'll take that out and read it aloud.
It's a map, like a crudely drawn map of Icewind Dale with Goodmead circled and a big X at the spine of the world. What do you do?
Fang will hold him up and say, I found some crude blueprints, I think. Looks like they are indeed set out for Goodmead, and then the spine of the world has a big old X.
Seems we don't need you either.
God, he's on. He didn't hear that.
No.
Sorry. He's unconscious. Yeah, but like it was a cool
he got him
moment.
pretty good.
He said that to you guys.
Why don't we? Can we maybe take a rest? Bind this
I
guy
would
up.
love
Let's maybe take a 5.
If I could take an 8.
On the shorter side. I could use
Or an 8. The Yeti's aren't going anywhere. We tie this guy up.
Brune, the X that's on the crude hand-drawn map is the same as the markings on the map that you got from the Duergar.
Oh, that was a long time ago. What was that?
You got it off of the Duergar after the fight at the cave where you rescued Trovis.
Okay. We have been shown this location before.
Good. Then it seems our paths are crossing. Hopefully we can kill many birds while we are there. And
He'll kill birds, but he won't kill Yetis.
Nicer terms. It is more of an expression. I'm full of them lately.
It's an idiom, Brune.
Fang rolls his eyes.
You're
himself.
an idiom.
That doesn't make sense. I feel like I know where you were going with that insult, but it didn't make sense. So, haha.
I tried to take a page out of your book.
Meanwhile, Fang will
you could read.
start casting Fang's tiny hut.
Okay.
And make room for Ted Johnson inside.
Okay, Ted Johnson joins you.
Oh, sorry, dude.
He's like,
I don't know why they got me so much. Also,
that was quite a brilliant battle you had.
Good work back there,
Thank you.
Ted.
Mayor Johnson.
future Mayor Johnson.
Well, yeah, I'm putting it out into the universe.
Well, I feel like he's up for election against Trovis, so your allegiances might be a little...
Yeah, well,
Who is this
has-
Trovis?
He's.
Don't worry about it. Let's get some rest while we can, and tackle this first thing in the darkness that is all-encompassing Icewind Dale.
We're going to kind of speed through this night. Is there anything that you guys want to do?
I'm attuning to that Shield Guardian amulet.
You do,
So let me add that.
and
to
it like whirs even stronger. And when it kind of like you tune to it, suddenly the whirring is moving very slowly.
Before we rest, Brune would go and get his hand axes, and he liked how that javelin felt. Can he have that?
Oh yeah, it's actually pretty nice.
Great.
It's nice. It's currently 55.1 miles away
All right, well,
to the southwest.
As the crow flies.
maybe after we deal with this, we can make a little detour to the southwest, and we can check something out.
What are you looking for? What do you want to check out?
Oh, this amulet here is telling me the direction of a shield guardian. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's a giant mechanical
Nope.
man that will do my bidding.
That sounds freaking all. Could he be a sous chef?
You know what? He'll do whatever I tell him to do.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because of this
Oh, yeah,
thing.
dude.
And I'm going to hold up the amulet and kind of jingle it.
You could also telepathically call the Guardian to travel to you, but for some reason, it's not making that strong connection. Like something's wrong with it or something.
It must be in need of repairs. But we'll make it, put it on the list.
List keeps getting longer, dude. But that's all right.
Put it on the
That's
list,
what
but
we
put it
do.
kind of like up on the list because I feel like that would be very useful
Yeah, for sure.
to do the other list things. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you gotta
montage
prioritize
style.
anyway.
as we're talking about the long list, Fang's been. Are we traveling or are we in the hut right now? We're just.
We can be both, actually. I was going to really speed through
Cool.
the
Yeah.
night. You,
That's fine. Fang.
8 hours go.
Let's wave some
you
hands.
are.
That's great.
Yeah. Where are you traveling to?
I guess towards the
Good
diamond,
question.
right?
Yeah.
To the spine of the world, to the mountains?
Yeah.
During the next morning after you woke up before you set off, you would have heard Donar, 5 days until we are out of food.
Oh shit, we gotta stop and give them the thing.
Yeah,
Shit,
they're in my head right now.
Ow. It's on the way. It's on the way.
I'm not even gonna message him back, dude. I'm just gonna leave it.
We swing.
Okay.
Okay, we swing by Dugan's Hole real quick. Give them the crystal. Bid them farewell. Then head south. How's that sound?
Oh, that sounds freaking
That
great.
way
I
you
want this
can
guy.
get rid of the
Okay.
tension headache that you have.
It's
every
a long
morning.
way to Dugan's Hole. Surely we will.
And
want
we
to-
have to avoid good mead.
Oh,
That's true.
that's true.
So you make your way.
Well, okay. Then while everybody's getting backpacks on, all right, let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right,
Uh,
yeah, let's do this. Let's go.
let's
Kai's
do this.
gonna kind of approach the group and just say, I won't be going with you right now.
Oh, freaking.
I'm sorry.
Why, dude?
There's something else I've got to know, and I know where I can find it. I'm faster than all of you, so
Yeah.
I'll
That's fair.
stick my hand out to Brune and I'll say, give me the map that the ogres left,
He'll give it to him. He knows it.
Okay.
and I'll take it with me and put it in my hip and just say, once I find this out, I'll meet you down at the spine of the world.
Fang will walk forward, put a hand on his shoulder, and say, "Be safe out there." When, as he puts his hand on his shoulder, casts Vigilant Blessing, so you'll have
It's the go-to.
advantage on your next initiative roll.
Trax is gonna go up to him and kind of just sheepishly kind of punch him and say, just don't get killed again.
I'll try not.
Donar's gonna slowly walk up and then awkwardly bear hug him. and in the middle of the bear hug, he's gonna say, if anything happens to you in the next 10 minutes, I believe you can handle it. And you know what that means.
So-
Donar, goodbye.
Bruno will just go up to him and he'll just walk up with his staff. He'll just say, "We will see you soon. Do good."
I'll try. And
And Ted Johnson comes up to you and says, "I am too old for you to ride on me. However, I would travel next to you as far as I need to get back to this Care Koenig so I can run for mayor."
it's really sweet, Ted.
Please take Ted.
Oh, dude, I want Ted around.
Kai
Don't-
just says, he'd slow me down, and gives him a wink.
Yeah, that's true.
And with that, Kai is going to form a hand seal and cast Long Strider on himself, which adds +10 to his movement, and look back at the group and say, I'll race you there, and is just going to take off running back
Okay.
towards, I'm guessing, I don't have a compass rose, towards the west,
Yeah.
back towards Care Koenig, around the lake,
Yes.
dashing full speed.
And Ted Johnson looks back at you, starts kind of trotting, looks back and says, "Remember, you will vote for me, right?"
He's so articulate.
Sure.
And Ted Johnson chases after Kai.
What? Is that what? Ted! Ted!
It's alright. The Duergar stronghold is no place for an axe beak.
I know, but I thought That's not what I gleaned from that conversation. I did not think that Ted was going with Kai.
It is all right. Sometimes
He's heading the same direction.
He's going to have his plate very full.
Yeah, he's got like campaigning to do, I guess.
He's got a what's the term? Canvas.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, the caucuses, I'm sure, are coming
Well,
up.
you gave him
he's got
3 or 4 rotations of the town, so he knows the town really well. So
True that.
He'll be fine.
He's done.
Honestly,
His
I don't know if
door
it's an
route.
electoral system on. Anyway, let's get
He's got to
moving.
kiss babies.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
you travel. Kai, I'd like for you to go off headset.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's right.
That's what I
Bye-bye.
did.
You off headset.
To speed things along, you spend, I want to say, from where you are, 3 days. You get to outside of Goodmead, and then on the 4th day, you get to Dugan's Hole, and you've got the Psy Crystal, and you go to Fila's home. The door has been barred, like there's something behind it.
I will turn to Donar and say, "Do you want to let him know that we are here?"
Donar's going to stick a finger and a thumb out and say, "Yo." Casting message through the wall because we're familiar and I can do that.
Your quest has been successful! And the door
I didn't
comes
even
open.
start what I was going to say. Dude, you got to work on your volume control because it's like a big prop. Like, you're right in my head. Just promise me in the future you will work on your volume control.
I promise!
Yeah, I believe you.
Tell him that we are here, that they should come out.
Oh, did he open the door? Is that what you said?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I thought the door was barred. There was.
Yeah,
shit
but he
in front of
detected there was somebody
Got it.
outside.
My
and he
bad.
read
You
your
can cut
thoughts,
that
so.
out.
It's
I missed that part.
Telepathy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
you go inside, and the two of them, Vorin and Dredovex, and the 3 squidlings are there. The place has been kind of, there's pink slime on the walls and on the floor, and gross. And
You've had your way with the
disgusting.
place.
it is like home now.
All right. Well, I think now it would be a good time to give you this so you can make your way back to your home.
You have found the Psy Crystal. You are a savior of the Mind Flayers. Your adventures will be told of in books.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's
great
fantastic.
news.
Yes.
Be safe on your travels, and
Goodbye.
Same warnings. Please do not talk to anyone. Just do not make your presence known. Just get out of
We
here.
will be. Dredovex says, "We will be safe. We will be safe."
That too. Yes. Just get out of Dodge. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy.
I'm going to assume that you escort them out of town to make
Yeah,
sure they
yeah.
don't get
Yeah,
seen.
definitely.
we'll say that
We're
on
not
our
hanging
way.
out while they leave.
So you travel 2 days to the south into the mountains, and you went up into the mountains a little bit when you were trying to get to the Ascendant,
Mm-hmm.
but you are really climbing. You get to the base of the mountains. You take an entire day climbing,
Oh,
and then the next day you break through some clouds, and you just see the brightness of the moon. Saloon. This is the closest you've been to Saloon.
He takes it in as that kind of coming out of the clouds moment.
Beyond the snowy foothills, low-lying clouds obscure the icy peaks of the gargantuan mountains that form the spine of the world. Eventually you get above the clouds, and behold a sheer mountain wall rising more than 100 feet above you. Carved high on the wall are rows of arrow slits, with lights burning behind them and clanking sounds issuing from them. A narrow staircase, hewn from the rock, leads up along one side of the wall. The steps leading up to it are barely 5 feet wide, and it looks like it climbs up to about 150 feet to a landing. You are up. It's harder to breathe up here. You ascend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us end.
yeah.
From high above comes a loud grinding noise as large sheets of ice break off the fortress walls and tumble down the mountainside. Suddenly, great doors of ice previously hidden under snow stand open more than 300 feet above you, and from between them flies a huge dragon made of dark ice. Its eyes glow with a bright golden light as it lets out a terrible roar, then hurls itself into the air, glides away from the fortress, then turns and heads north toward Ten Towns. And that's where we're going to stop.
Ah!
Yep.
Well, we were a little late.
Come back.
I can't believe he just killed Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just right, he wasn't even there. He
Big
didn't even get to
sus.
listen to it.
He deserves
Um,
it. He had it coming.
Epilogue. Out into the tundra, a lone figure is running along the snow, kind of like as she runs, kicking up like bits of snow and ice. Her hair, orange-tipped braids, some of her hair rolled into a bun that looks like bear ears. And she hears a noise, and she looks up toward the south and sees something break through the clouds. That's where we're really going to end for them.
Dun dun dun.
What could that be?
Snap.
Yeah.
Lots of exciting things happening.
This woman is a Goliath, by the way.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Please subscribe and leave us a review on Podchaser or Apple Podcasts, or, talk about us in the Patreon, which would be cool too, and share us with all your friends. Follow us on Twitter at Severed Sons DND. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, D&D Beyond, Roll20, and thank you to Syrinscape, Andrei Sitkov, and to Monument Studios for the amazing sound effects and music. Stay frosty!